up, everybody? It's me. 5 months after I last uploaded a video. I know it's actually not 5 months, but it has been quite some time since I uploaded a normal video. Today I'm gonna be going a little bit political, and I'm sorry about this, but I just feel like, the things that are happening right now in Ukraine. You might be thinking I'm on Ukraine's side because the half of the world is with Ukraine. No. It turns out only about a fourth of the world actually stands with Ukraine. The other the other 3/4 are either neutral or with Russia. The thing is, pretty much every single NATO member supports Ukraine, and absolutely nobody else. So yes, it is true. Because everybody's only focused on NATO countries supporting Ukraine. Nobody thinks about Africa, countries in Asia that aren't in NATO, Australia. Actually, no, Australia is not. But yes, South America. Nobody cares about them. And they do support Russia, and they have not sued them. So, sanctions. So the thing is, I do stand with Russia. Not only because I have a long history of relationship with Russians, and also because I do. But the main reason because I support with Russia is because I do not support liberalism, of which is thanks to Ukraine. Really, the whole war started because of Ukraine inviting NATO to them. And they really well know that... Okay. And they really well know, because when they are in NATO, America, or any NATO country, can place troops in Ukraine. However, according to the Budapest Treaty of 1994, that treaty forbids Americans to lay soul on Ukraine. And even though Russia peacefully tried to stop them, nope. So it had to be a war. Now, ever since the war broke out, I was with Ukraine. Now, for the small problems, I am not against the people of Ukraine. I am against the government, okay? I actually have saved and talked to multiple Ukrainian refugees, but they're not the only refugees. Russians are also refugeeing from Russia. Literally, the sanctions are so heavy. Some sanctions can be avoided, like not having Google, because of course, who uses Google? Like, not having certain applications. Literally, a VPN fixes the entire problem. Of course, VPNs are cheap nowadays. Literally, a VPN, and you're out of Russia. Like, when you're with a computer and a VPN, you're basically out of Russia. Like, you say you're from Russia, because, some VPNs still do provide service with Russia. Of course, others don't anymore. But, like, NordVPN provides service to Russia for example, from Russia you connect to Germany, and boom, you have Google, and you'll be able to purchase an Apple phone or anything. The thing is, Russians do not use many Western companies, not only because many of them aren't even in Russia, but like McDonald's. I think there is still McDonald's in Russia, because I don't think it was part of the sanctions. But Apple was a part of the sanctions, and Apple is a pretty big company now in the entire world, in Russia as well. But the thing is, not every Russian uses Apple. Yes, they did ban pretty much any single phone company in Russia, but that's a whole other story. And also, the city I'm in right now is pretty much already Russianized. Russia has been, since I'm Bulgarian, Russia has pretty much been our partner ever since we gained independence. But for some reason, every time we got independence, we tried to seek with the West. Actually, no, that comes a lot later. But after the fall of the USSR, we just started to seek into the West. We joined NATO, the European Union. We literally kicked Uber out of Bulgaria. Uber, there was a fact of kicking that out of Bulgaria, but hey. Literally, I know it's dude, what the fuck, this guy's supporting Ukraine, how could he? Russia, sorry. But, I get it, people still don't know actually what's happening. So basically in Ukraine, there's this terrorist organization which nobody talks about, and it's basically in the areas where currently Russia is. And what Russians really are trying to do is to save those Ukrainians. The Ukrainians who are getting murdered by the people there who are terrorizing. And no, I'm not trying to make you against Ukraine. Of course, you can be with Ukraine as much as you want. Just know that Ukraine does not stand a chance. See, Biden betrayed Ukraine. And this is why I now hate not only Biden, but pretty much entire America. of course, by America I mean the entire government, because of course the politics in America are just about bullshit. But yeah, America is pretty, like, there are many Russians living in America, and many of those Russians stand with their motherland. You can't just betray your country like that. Of course, betraying your country often leads to jail. Actually, no. These days, no. But Biden, first he promised that if Russia invades Ukraine, America would invade Russia. What happened? Absolutely nothing. Russia invaded Ukraine, and Biden said he will not send troops. He will not send troops to Ukraine, not because of that Budapest Treaty I mentioned earlier. Also, there's going to be a link down in the description so you can read the entire treaty to see. Now, Russia, of course, is violating the treaty by, sending troops, because Russia is also a part of this treaty. But think logically. If NATO was to invade it, they're literally surrounding Russia right now. They're trying to, but it's not going to work, okay? Like, I mean, I get it. Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, they're on the border with Russia. But they don't have an interest in pretty much doing anything with Russia. Okay, but literally yesterday, Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, Estonia, my former country, they did stop the supply of Russian gas, which is a huge mistake. Russian gas is probably one of the best gases here. But the thing is, if Russians do stop it for all of Europe, they will stop it, but the price is increasing. Also, it is a thing that they should pay in rubles. I mean, how else? The Russian ruble, they say, is failing, but in reality, it's actually rising quite a lot. I mean, the Russian ruble was always never such a powerful currency, and like, pretty much there's an inflation happening with every single currency ever since the start of the pandemic. And it's not only the ruble, it's the euro, the dollar, the American dollar, the Canadian dollar. Pretty much any currency right now is in inflation, including the Bulgarian lev, which inflation is actually pretty bad. And I kind of want to get out of here, but that's another story. So yeah, this is a 7-minute video right now. And also, I will be uploading again. I'll be trying to upload more with Minecraft, because my Roblox account kind of got banned for literally no reason. Like, okay, so that's politics aside for a bit. I'm now gonna explain why the fuck my Roblox account got banned. So basically, I was just playing with my friend a game, when suddenly I got the horrible message, same account launched a different device. I immediately asked my siblings if they had anything to do with it, and when I saw they were all on their accounts, and then I left the game, tried to reconnect, and my account got deleted. Now, of course, this was my main account. I have a lot of accounts. Like, I have the one I'm using right now. It's since 2019. It's 3 years old now. And I really don't understand, like, why would I... So it was apparently deleted because I made an inappropriate game. First of all, I do make games on Roblox, but I'm pretty sure the game I made, which, by the way, I'm not even sure, it was not even public, okay? And, like, Roblox, I've sent an email to Roblox. That was a long time ago. It was when my account was banned. My account was banned in September. That was 6 months ago. It's actually more. I can't remember right now. But, that's just stupid. I'm gonna send more emails to Roblox, and I'm gonna convince them again. But just for now, I'm gonna end Roblox, because not only is the game just starting to get real boring, but also because I kind of enjoy Minecraft more, and yeah, I also do plan on making, like, SMP videos. I made a server for my class, but we're still trying to gain members. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, we're really... Okay. Yeah, anyway, that is for Minecraft. Back to the whole versus Ukraine thing. The thing is, I do, besides, games and all that shit on YouTube, I am actually interested in politics, but I never review it on YouTube. Just because, they always say it's a horrible thing to talk about politics and stuff like that. It's interesting to talk about them, but when you're in private, like, I don't know how good it is to talk about that on media. Just because there are all kinds of idiots, tyrants, good people, bad people. There are all kind of people out there on this world. And I'm not the only one who supports Russia, okay? Pretty much my entire family supports Russia, not just me. And it is absolutely everybody. My family, half of my friends, the other half of my friends, and pretty much the entire city, high school, which I am in right now, is Russian, okay? You cannot find anywhere Ukrainian propaganda here. And yes, it is propaganda, by the way. So there was this one instance where they posted a kid bleeding in a hospital and said that this was a Ukrainian kid which was terrorized by Russians. The thing is, that kind of image was quite not correct, because first of all, that image did not look like, because the thing, okay, it's not first of all, but the thing is, that image was, first of all, it was not even in Europe, it was not even in Ukraine, it was a Syrian kid, and this photo was taken back in the Syrian civil war. Was that right? So, it was literally back in the civil war. Do you know how long ago that was? The Syrian civil war started in, what, 2017 or 2011? But yeah, it was from the Syrian civil war, not the Ukrainian. Okay, it's not a civil war in Ukraine, but you get it. Sometimes they just post, and you know, the whole thing about they terrorize children in Russia, that's completely not true. First of all, Russia, I mean, yeah, they do kind of commit war crimes, but they do not go as far as to kill kids. Nobody would, not even normal people would. And everybody right now is calling Putin a tyrant. And they also, I saw this on TikTok, even though it was the only time I opened TikTok for like 5 days. Since like, not 5 days, but 5 months. And it was like, dude, Putin's now crying because he's losing the war. And the thing is, that image of Putin crying was long before the Crimean war started. Literally, that video of him crying was not about even Ukraine. It was something about inner politics, and also that video was taken in 2012, I think. The Battle of Crimea happened in 2014, and the current war is happening in 2022. And yeah, it's kind of a dumb situation right now. I'm not trying to get anybody on the bad side. You know, I'm not gonna discuss politics much, and yeah. But firstly, also because you know, there are Russian refugees. Everybody is doing their much best for the Ukrainian refugees, but they do nothing about the Russians. Here in Bulgaria, they gave the Ukrainians free public transportation, free parking spots if their license plates are Ukrainian, free food, free rooms, free everything. But what about the Russians? The Russians have nothing. The Russians are running away from their own country because of the sanctions. And because of these sanctions, they cannot live normally. And I know a lot of not only Ukrainians that have run away from Ukraine, but also Russians that have run away from Russia. Russians have been coming into Bulgaria before the war, but the thing is, they are coming now. And even though you can't see much of them, because of course they get terrorized, because some people don't understand it's the government's fault of this war. The people have nothing to do with it. Even though the people protest against the war, which is kind of absurd to me. I don't know why it's absurd to me that people protest against the war. I mean, yes, I guess it's not normal to have a war, but, like, you say there's not normal to have a war in the 21st century. What happened to Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, Iran, actually, yeah, Iran. America ruined the Middle East, and now it's gonna ruin Europe. Which is why this is now gonna be really dumb. I plan on moving away from pretty much Europe after I grow past 18, which is gonna be in quite some time. Because, yeah, and hopefully YouTube does not take down this video just because I support Russia. Of course, you can support Ukraine if you want. I don't care. Unless you're saying bad things about Russia, then I do care. So make sure if there's anybody trying to comment something against Russia, be careful, because I do not allow I allow Ukrainians to comment on the video. Like, I literally have friends from Ukraine and Russia as well. So there's nothing wrong with Ukrainians, okay? They're cool people. Other than the government, other than Zelensky, he's a complete. I better not even say what, because I don't know if I can even censor this, because I don't. This is 14 minutes long. I'm gonna have to cut the entire thing. And yeah, just make sure that you don't comment anything bad about Russia. Just because Russia is not my motherland, but I have really, ever since a little kid, I felt the want to go to Russia. I really have wanted to go, and even during these times, I still think it's still possible to go to Russia, but it's just really hard. You're gonna have to go by car or with a train, and when you try with a train, you'll have to go past Ukraine, and that's gonna ruin it all. I did heard to Bulgaria now they stopped the flights, so that's just bullshit. Why do they not allow us to go to Russia? Why? So yeah, Kirill Petkov, fuck Zelensky, Kirill Petkov, our current prime minister. Why the did you ban the flights to Russia? Why? What have the Russians done to us? Us and Hungary are the only people who support Ukraine who have not sent weapons to. Actually, today that changed. Now Hungary is the only country which has not sent weapons to Ukraine. Today that changed. Today we sent weapons to Ukraine. And that was actually concerning for me as well, because Russia could attack us, and of course I'd be still on the side of Russia. I mean, even if they were attacking my country, I would still be on their side. And even though I would be hiding, essentially, I mean, of course, them invading us is one in, I mean, nowadays, 1 in 10, so it's gonna be a long time if they even invade us until they invade us, because not only do they have to deal with Ukraine, but also because we actually have American weapons on our soil, but that, even if we have American weapons, the Americans here aren't that smart. I just hope you, stay cool. I really want the war to end, not because of Russia, but because the Ukrainians are dying, and, innocent people are dying. Anyway, like, people, Ukrainians are dying, Russians are dying, but everywhere they only show Russian casualties. Here, any casualties. I'm probably the only one who's being fair right now with both countries. Anyway, this video was way too long. It took way too long to film. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If I guess, support whoever you want. And yeah, goodbye. I don't have time anymore. I don't want you.